Hey traders, Crash here on the 30th of January 2024, doing a market debrief on my impact trading system. Just as a brief overview and reminder, we have four core components. We have something called the NAVDAR system, which is basically a navigation / radar system for following predictive multi-day and intraday rotations for both advanced price and time cycles. On top of that, we have an iStructure system, which is basically structured trade setups that have repeated patterns every single day. We have about 10 to 12 of these specific trade setups that occur over and over and over. On top of that, we have the iSnipe sniping system. This is also based off of structured systems and locations to snipe. It can be used as a standalone sniping system all day long, or it can be used in conjunction with the NAVDAR and the iStructure. And then finally, our fourth component is the Bookmap analysis and trade entry highlights. We look at something called the market pulse indicators. These are indicators that are in beta test mode with the Bookmap program. We have our own trading Discord channel, and we also provide feedback in the Bookmap trading room as well. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. Just realize I'm not a licensed or trained professional. I'm not giving trade advice, trade recommendations. Do your own research. I accept no liability for loss or damages that you may incur. All right, getting on to the market action today. U.S. equities, equity futures were muted overnight as investors look forward to a rush of major earnings. For insight on whether we could keep that record-breaking rally in motion, just as a point of reference, today was the end of a multi-day cycle. We hit our price objectives yesterday, as discussed in the room. So we were looking for the potential of some measured move retracement today, and we pretty much saw it all night and throughout the day. We had Microsoft and Google reporting after the bell, and then we have Apple, Amazon, and Meta reporting on Thursday. From our NAVDAR clock point of view, we had a spill up followed by an AM low, and then we had it followed down by a PM low up to a PM high. Note that in our system, we have some very key lines. I know this charting system is a little bit busy, but it's just important to be able to point out some of the key locations that we actually have on this chart. We're looking at the MNQ/NQ on a daily basis, predominantly about 90% of the time. We put in a mix of RTY, YM, and ES in here for confluence. So we look at that all very closely. The red line was very important today. The red line is the Viper line. The blue line is the Eagle line. And you can see that that was providing resistance pretty much all day long. I have overlaid on the chart my sniping system lines. And you can see that when the snipe lines are in confluence and location-wise to the structured setups, they're guaranteed points of reaction. And you can see that today we actually had 1, 2, 3 locations to short the Viper line, the red line, and it was in conjunction with the 45 bear line off our sniper system. These gave some great trades today. We also have 2 clouds. We have the lime green magenta cloud, which is our guns cloud, and then we have our base cloud, which is the shaded red by a little bit of shaded green. Not very much green in here today. So when the cloud comes down below, we're looking for a retracement back up to then short or trade in the direction of the trend, which was pretty much, again, down today. When we took these Viper shorts today, we were looking for the confluence at the AM high time frame. We had that with the Eagle, Viper, and the 45 line again. We had an M for murder. Once we broke down here, we could see that we had a sell signal on the guns cloud, and then we could just continue to ride price down to some very key levels. You could see that in the very early morning, our daily low target of 625 provided a great area of support. We also had our 75 line right here, which provided great support as well. So when we have a combination of influence of lines, we know we're going to get some kind of reaction, and that's exactly what happened. We had a confluence of price points at the AM low. We had the same thing at the high, and then we had the sell signals to take us down to the PM low. You could see that as the move took us down, we had two huge call outs. So these trades up here were pullbacks in the continuation of the trend. These two vertical call outs, we call them vertical DOS trades, deeply oversold. These are actually reversal pattern signals. So you need to have multiple points of confluence to take the reversals so that you're not catching a falling knife. And you can see that we had the 75 snipe line right down here with an exhaustion star right into the low of this first move down. We also had on the ES, the NVIDIA stock chart, liquidity zones that matched with this same level on the NAVDAR Bookmap liquidity zone area. And then we employed the Bookmap Market Pulse VPI plus CVD trade setup that we have been teaching in the Bookmap Discord channel as well. You can see that this first DOS move gave us about 50 points. And then you can see that the second one from the PM low to high ended up giving us about 62 points. Again, this vertical DOS down here gave us an entry confluence with the Bookmap Market Pulse VPI and CVD trade setup. We also were doing a double test bottom here. We have wicks to show some exhaustion for the reversal into the PM high. We know that we have a very powerful line in the TMAP line right here. Anytime that the TMAP line is breached above and then below, we look for a 40 to 70 point move. And you can see that from the line to the lows, we ended up having a 48 point move. We come up, we breach it again, and we have some no trade type zone. We have to be very careful in here in this slog pattern, looking for it to consolidate to see what it's going to finish doing. We did identify at 11:20 Pacific Standard Time today. We ended up calling specifically for the AM high to come in this location, somewhere in confluence with the B29 line to the Mustang line. We got it right at the B29 line, which also happened to coordinate with one of our sniping lines. So that measured very beautifully with confluence together. But at 20 past 11, we called for a drop after the AM high down to 1714 potentially. And the price action actually took us all the way down to 17,410, which was the low of the day. Now, just as a point of reference, I want to take a quick look at our sniping system so you can see how this coordinates with the iStructure system. You can see that we have an AM low here around the 752 time frame, which matches with the iStructure chart that we just went over. We have a trend line that we had actually drawn here where we were wedging in. And then we also have the 75 line right here, the ITS Bull 75 line, which gave us support in conjunction with the trend line that we were bouncing off of. So now we're looking for the AM high, which was capped by our 15 ITS bear line up here. And you can see that as the rotation begins to come down, our color bar candles all go deep red. So we go from kind of a mixed blue-green, consolidated, slightly tilt up positive scale to a negative trend down. And you can see that we just have the stair steps above us providing resistance all the way above with a shaded red background, which tells us that the trade momentum has shifted to the downside. And you can see that we ended up coming down to the PM low of the day, again around 11:10 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. And this matched with our sniping Bull 85 line. So the iSnipe system works well in conjunction with the timing cycle and the iStructure system. So that's all I want to show for today. Hope you guys have a great day tomorrow of trading. It will be the brand new cycle, day one. So check 6. Keep that pocketbook full of money. Don't overtrade. Leg in, leg out, and keep that piggy bank full. All right, crash out.